morning. I'm just casually sitting on the floor here to film because it's the only place in the flat that had some good light because it is really grim outside today. So this morning I woke up, had a nice cup of tea, and then I got my own yoga practice in before running through a few flows that I'm going to be teaching in my vinyasa class this morning. So this month's practices are all core activation based, so a lot of building core strength, working on balance, and also different movement just to kind of explore the core a little bit and how much we use it when we take different movements. So yeah, I ran through that and then had my breakfast, had a coffee and got myself dressed, and now I'm getting ready to leave. So I'm teaching my vinyasa flow class this morning, and then I'm heading straight over to a private client that's only like 10, oh, do you hear that click? That's only like 10 minutes away. This afternoon I was supposed to go and check out a venue that I want to host a day retreat in, but I've been cancelled. I've rearranged that for next week. So instead I'm going to be working a bit on a blog post. I'll start editing this video. I'm also going to make one of my Instagram posts live as an ad as part of my marketing funnel. So if you have any interest in how to use Instagram paid ads, then stick around because I will be doing that this afternoon. Okay, I need to get my coat on and get out the door. So because it's yucky outside today, I've closed the curtains, mood lights are on. Ready to go. Right, class is done. It was nice and hot and sweaty. Just tidying up all my props, eye bags and blocks, etc. And then I'm gonna head over to my private client. Right, I'm a few minutes early for my private client. So I've just pulled over at the side of the road because it's nice and peaceful here. It's very country bumpkin-like. Let me show you. It's very nice and peaceful. Ducks. So I've been thinking about something today that I was talking to a friend about yesterday. A friend of mine has recently had a baby, and she said that she noticed since having her baby, or maybe when she was due to give birth, that her sense of self-worth has been really, really heavily connected to her work and what she does as a career, because she was really high up in her company. You know, she worked really hard to get there, and she enjoyed work. Like, she always felt that being really busy at work made her feel good because she knew that she was becoming successful. And it really resonated with me because I know recently I've started to step back a bit from working, because I know full well that being busy doesn't necessarily mean that you're being successful, and that being busy every single second of the day doesn't necessarily mean that you're being super successful. It just means, well, possibly like me, that you have really like high functioning anxiety, so you feel better when you are busy. So just wanted to encourage you, especially if you are setting up your own business or you're starting to get out there and work for other studios, whatever part of your career development you are in, just to remember that being busy is not everything. Yes, you need to earn money and you need to put food on the table and take care of yourself, but that doesn't mean that you need to be unnecessarily busy. Like, you don't need to work 12 hours a day. You don't need to teach from morning till night. There is a way to work around it and work smarter, not necessarily harder. That's Leah's wise wisdom of the day. But seriously, it's just from experience, really, from experiences that I've had myself, that, oh, there's a big van coming up the road. No, it's fine. Experience that I've been really extremely busy, especially trying to run a couple of small but, you know, companies that need a lot of work at the same time, and that teaching wasn't everything. So I've let go of a few classes, and although I will always be a yoga teacher, a yogi, like, this is what I love doing, I know that there are other strings to my bow such that I can work on. So with the yoga biz, the coaching stuff, I'm taking a lot more coaching calls and working a bit more in that kind of direction now, rather than being around a lot of people and teaching a lot of classes all the time. So work hard enough that your business will grow, but don't work yourself into the ground. Okay, so I'm off to do the teacher thing now. Okay, I'm at my desk. My private class was lovely. I've spoken about this lady before. She's 81 and she's so inspirational with how she's taken up a yoga practice, you know, later in life. And she's just really cool. We get on really well. We have a really similar energy, which is amazing also, seeing as she's a fair bit older than I am, and we just kind of bounce off each other. We have a really enjoyable, quite amusing practice together. So yeah, it's always a real pleasure to teach. It never feels like it's work to go and teach her, you know. Anyway, blah blah blah. I'm back at my desk. I've got a cup of coffee, which is decaf, because I'm trying to cut down my caffeine intake, so I'm drinking this decaf crap. What heathen. And now I've got a ton of admin tasks to get through. So this afternoon I need to write a blog post for Start Your Yoga Biz. I need to create an Instagram ad to go live. I need to do a little bit of editing on the manual that I'm writing. And I just feel like I'm spending so much time editing this manual that I don't know what I'm going to do with myself once it's done. I'm going to have to take up a new hobby of some kind. And then at the end of all that, if I've got time, I'll start piecing this vlog together. So I'm going to crack on, and the first thing I'm going to do is create the Instagram ad, because I know when I've had feedback and messages from some of you guys, you've said you don't know how to use paid Instagram ads, and there really is a key to making sure that you don't waste your money. So I'm going to get onto my phone now and talk you through it as I go. Okay, so I'm going to open up Instagram, and I'm opening onto my Yoga Flow with Leah page. So this is the page that I use to advertise my classes, workshops and retreats. So I strategically posted this post yesterday with the intention that I would promote it today. So you'll see straight away from the actual picture itself that there's not really much information on there. You can see my website, but there's no information with regards to days, dates, times and prices. If you put too much information on your pictures, then there's no need for anyone to click the picture and then follow through with the rest of the sign up process. So you'll also notice down here with the little write up underneath, I haven't given, again, too much information. So I've offered a free yoga flow and meditation when they sign up, to help to encourage them to sign up and give me their contact details. And I've just kept it really brief there with the information that I'm offering. So I'm going to go ahead and click promote, and it will take you through to where you want to send your clicks. So I click on website here. You do not want to send people to your actual website. When you send people directly to your website, they can go in, have a look around, disappear, and you'll never hear from them ever again. However, if you send them to a landing page, and I'm just going to go and pop in my landing page link here, then when they land on my landing page and they put their contact details into my landing page, that means I keep their details forever, because sure, they might not be wanting to come to a class right now, or they just want to know really what's available, but now I have their contact details and I can contact them all the time. So from here I'm going to go and click done. So next, scooch it along. Target audience. Now I've got millions of audiences here that I've been using over the years for different projects that I've run through different companies. But I'm going to click in here, Yoga Strood. So I've already prepped this group here that I use when I'm advertising the classes. Now I have quite a wide range of people that join my classes. I'm particularly looking at promoting my morning classes, as they don't tend to be as busy as the evenings. I tend to have a space or two available in most classes. So here it is women aged 32 plus, but I know that it goes right up to 65, and that does kind of cover the age range of ladies that I teach in the morning. And you can pop in all the different information here with regards to the locations that you use and the interests that they have. And you can also choose whichever gender and age you would like as well. So really think about your target audience if you've niched down, and then you can use that to set up your ad. So clicking on next. Now from here we're coming into the budget. So for my budget, I charge £36 for a block of 4 classes. So for me to spend that same amount of money that one person will pay me to come to a class for a month, I think is a really reasonable budget. I know that I will gain between 50 and sometimes up to 40 new subscribers to my email list every time I run an ad. So if I can then convert those people into paying customers, it really does outweigh the £36 or £35 budget that I spend on my promotions. So you'll see at the top here as it starts to move up, I'm going to say I'm going to run it over the course of a week, so let's take up to 7 days, and yeah, that's about right. So you can then work how much you want to spend daily. I tend to find anything between £3 and £5 daily really does gather quite a few contacts for my email list, but I'm just going to pop it, maybe I'll run it a little bit longer so it takes me up to 36 days. Well, that was a big jump, wasn't it? Okay, £5 a day. So then we go ahead and press next. And then it's all set. So what you do here is you will create your promotion. It will go off for Facebook, because obviously Facebook own Instagram, to review it. And then when your promotion has been reviewed, if they think that it's okay and that it complies with all of their legal jargon, then it will be live. So if you just click down towards your little heart and you go up to a promotion, it will tell you there if it is under review or if it's pending or if it's been declined, and sometimes they will. So if you have too much information on your picture or on your video, or the wording isn't quite right, anything that sounds a little bit like a profanity, then they won't allow that. So just bear that in mind when you're creating your ads. Not that I think you're going to have any kind of fuck shit and bollocks written all over your yoga adverts, but there you go, you know what I mean. So I hope that was helpful. Yeah, just to recap again what I said about sending people to your landing page. I will talk more about landing pages as we go on. I've actually just filmed a huge chunk for the Start Your Yoga Biz manual about landing pages and how they really help your sales funnel. Yeah, so if you send people to your account, like your Instagram account, or if you send them to your direct messages or just to your run-of-the-mill website, then you don't know who's visiting you. So maybe 20 people will click your ad and go through and have a look at your website, but you won't know who those 20 people are. Whereas if you send them to a landing page, okay, maybe only 10 of them will click through and give you their details, but then you have those 10 people that you can target anytime you have a new class, workshop or event that comes up. Otherwise, you're really just kind of burning money. If you're just throwing money at Instagram ads with anything that you're running that's connected to your direct messages or to your website, or if you're just running a generic ad for promotion of your website for people to go and have a look, it's very rare that you're going to be able to convert people who click onto your website into actual paying customers. And that's about it for me today. So I'm just going to get on with writing a blog, drinking my coffee, and then really getting myself stuck into some editing work, which is of no interest or any help to you whatsoever. So I will just leave it here today. If this has been helpful or you just enjoy watching the video, please do give me a thumbs up. It really does help the channel and it lets me know, what kind of information you guys want and what kind of content to create. If you're not already following me on Instagram or Facebook, you can find me there, Start Your Yoga Biz. And if you haven't already, please do just click below and subscribe. See ya!